then tomorrow or our next class, you guys can open it and start doing your own works personally. So I'm going to share my screen now and I'll switch to Illustrator. Okay, someone said I should speak up. How about now? Can you hear me? Please, if you can, say yes. Okay. So first and foremost, you should create a new file. Go to new. And then when it comes to Illustrator, you would need to use pixels. On the right side of the screen, you get to choose what you want to have as on your screen, if it's points, inches, millimeters, centimeters, or pixels. The best one to use is pixels. It has a higher quality resolution, basically. So you click on it, and then I have 3000 by 3000 here. The best to use currently. It has a higher resolution and everything. So you click on create. This is what your screen is going to look like. This. You can zoom in, zoom out, play around with it. So I'm going to start giving you the, I'm going to tell you how everything works from the toolbar. This one here, if you can see what I'm doing, this one here is a selection tool. It's a general selection tool. This one beside it is a direct selection tool. It is used to pick, to select on certain things, not everything, a particular thing actually. This one is a magic wand, and this one is a pen tool. I'll show you guys how everything works. This one is a pen tool you use to design basic lines and shapes, to create your own kind of shape. This one is the pointer. It picks on the anchor. You select to play around or make curves or pull how you want your shape to be. This one is the text box. This one includes lines, different kinds of lines. You have the straight line, the arc tool, the spiral tool, rectangular grid tool, and polar grid tool. Then this one right here are the shapes. You have rectangle tool, rounded rectangle tool, ellipse tool, polygon tool, star tool, and flare tool. Basically, this one is for the shapes. And then this one is your brush. You have different kinds of brush. You can use the blob brush tool or the paint brush tool. Then you have your eraser here and the shaper tool. Lots more. Basically, the most important ones are these ones on top, especially the selection tool, direct selection tool, your pen tool, the curvature tool, the text, line, and shapes with brush, and your eraser. Then every other thing is really advanced. So at the moment, I'm only going to teach you how to use the basic ones. So I'm going to start with the pen tool. And I'm going to create a shape. Let me see. I think we're going to make a cone. So you start by putting a point, then you pull down to give you your desired shape. If I'm making a cone, I have to make a triangular shape. So when I click, I pull again, I click, and I do this again. So I go back here and I press my selection tool. I can move it around, as you can see. Then the next one is you have your curvature tool. This is one I was talking about, the one that you can use to make your shapes. You see, you can pull it anyhow you want to your desired shape. So because I'm making a cone, this is how I'm going to make it look like. I already have my cone shape right now. So this is just a line. There's nothing within it. There's nothing, it's just a blank line with just the background. So when you click on it and then you want to put maybe a color, you come here, you press on it, you do this, you take any color you want, choose, you have everything here. So I'm just going to go with a basic color, and you have a fill. Then if you want to put a line from here to here, you go back to your pen tool, you pull, and you have a line. Then also, if you want the lines to be visible, for example, the outline and this line over here, you select them, and you have on this side, you have the stroke. The stroke basically means anything, the outline, how thick your outline should be. So you get to select any number, anyhow you want it to be thick. Let's say 10 points, you see? You have this. So I have my cone shape here, but one thing that is wrong with this is that it's not grouped. If I move my cone, I'll still have my line. So how do I move both of them at the same time? How do I make sure that when I move this, it will move along with my line? When I put this back to where it was, I can just either select everything like this, or I can click on Shift, then select what I want, the line and this, then right click, then you have group. When you group it, you can move everything all together without leaving any behind, whether it's a line or the cone, anyone you want to move. Then also you have resizing. When it comes to resizing, if you come here and you just pull, you do not get the shape that you want. It's not, how would I say, it's not perfect. So what you have to do is, when you're about to resize it, is to click on Shift first. When you click on Shift, hold it down, then you pull. You pull it anyhow, and you're going to have the same shape, but just in a smaller or bigger size. But when you do what I did earlier, which is this, you see, you do not get the actual shape of the cone. You just keep playing around with it, and it's not going to be perfect. So this is what we have for now. And then also, you can change the color into anything you want. Any color, even the stroke, the outline, you can make it any color of your choice. It doesn't have to be black. Can you see this? If you can, I have a different color for the stroke and then a different color for the cone. You get to play around with it and whatnot, move it around also. These are just the basics to show you how to use these basic tools. The next is the text. Sorry, I have to increase the font size. So when you click on the text, you put it anywhere. You get to type whatever you want. So I'm going to call it Khadija's ice cream. So this is just the basic, the normal font for when you click on your text. So when you want to, you can change it by either outlining everything or just using the selection tool to do this. Then you go to where you have your different fonts. You can change it anyhow. I know this is not visible. Let me increase the size. Maybe let's have it to 150. 200. Okay, so you choose whatever font that you feel you want to use, any kind of font. There are different kinds. You can have them, you can see them. Okay, so let me get one that I like. I can't decide. I can just yeah, I think I'm good with this. So also the same thing that applies to reshaping or resizing your objects. It's for everything. You do not just do this. It doesn't give you the right shape. You click on shift first and then you pull. You're going to have your desired shape. Also, you can change the color. Just go click on whatever color that suits you. And have this. This one can also have a stroke, but then it's not really, doesn't really matter, to be honest. So I think I've done something for now. Let me not um, let me not put too much information into your heads. So now I'm going to take questions and we're going to do more. But for now, I want to understand. I want to see if you guys understand what I'm trying to do. And if you have any questions, just ask me, and then we'll do everything practically again if there's something you want me to do for you. So please type in your questions or unmute yourself and then ask me any question you want to ask. If there are no questions, I'm going to do more of creating shapes and play around with the colors, and you guys can just be seeing it. Because I think from the blank response, I think everyone is getting what I'm doing. So I'll just go back to creating more shapes. Okay, can I design a logo? Yes, let me do something basic. Okay, what logo should I make? What kind of business logo should I make? What, any ideas? What kind of logo for food or what? A farm or what? Fashion? Anything? You guys should just drop in your comments. Let me see. Farm, which means I need to use something that has to do with leaves. Okay, so if I'm going to make a farm logo, I think we need to think about what we can have as our farm logo. So it should be anything that is greenish, anything that has either leaves or grasses, or maybe any kind of plants, food plants like corn. So let me try something. So I'm going again with my pen tool. You click on it, you can put it anywhere, and then you can start wherever you want to start, because later on you can move it, resize it, or do anything. So to make a shape, a leaf shape, I have to do this first. I have to go with, I think, a diamond shape. I'm not sure what it's called. It's not exactly a square. So, and then I'll use can you see what I'm doing? I'm trying to shape it into becoming a leaf. Sorry, my mouse pad is a bit sick. To my best ability, this is what I can design at the moment. Then next, we're going to add another lines in between. Sorry, I need to redo this. So I think I've gotten at least a shape of a leaf, even though it's not totally perfect, but then it looks a bit like a leaf. I'll fill in this with, I think this should be the perfect color. So, and then I'll use the line segment tool instead of using my pen tool again. I'll draw a line from here. So right now I'll try using the pencil to make lines for it. Okay, so I have my leaf. And then I cannot move this just like that. I have to group it. So when you select everything, you have to select the whole thing, and then you have everything highlighted. So you right click or double click if you're using a Mac, and then you group. When you group, you can easily pull this to any direction you want. You can rotate it anyhow you want it. You can also pull it, and everything would be changed all together instead of becoming different sizes, or you leave one line behind or something. So now I want to have 3 of these. Instead of creating this type again from scratch, which I might end up not getting the same perfect thing, like the same thing as this, I will just click on it and then copy it, Control C or Command C. When you copy it, you press Command V. I want to have 3 of it, so I pasted this 3. So I'm going to make this 3 into the logo that you guys requested for. So if you can tell, one is overlapping another, but then one thing is I still haven't grouped this. So if I should move this, I've left this too. This is what I'll do. If I want to move all, I have to select everything and I have to group. Sorry, I have a shortcut of doing this on my laptop without you guys seeing how I group it. I'll try not to forget to do that again. So now I can move all this. Since I have grouped it, I cannot reduce the size of one leaf without reducing the size of the others. So if I want to reduce the size of maybe the leaf in the middle, I have to ungroup it. So for example, I want to reduce this certain leaf. I have to ungroup it from the rest and do this. If I want to make this one a bit smaller than the one on the left, I have to reduce it also. And when it comes to overlapping, if you want, let's say maybe this is a different color. I'm going to make this a different color. Let me make it a bit darker. And you want this green one, to be over this gray one. You click on the either leaves. I'm going to click on the gray one, and then you right click. You go to arrange. You see options like bring to front, bring forward, send backward, send to back. I will send, for now, let me start with send backward. When I send backward, the leaf on top, this one comes above it. And then when I do that again, it goes back completely and I have these 2 leaves overlapping the black one. Yeah, class, I'm doing class. So can you see? This one is behind now. Sorry, I need this piece. Also, if you want this one to go behind the black one, or both, you send it backward completely, send it to back totally. When you send it to back, you have this big one and this one overlapping this one. Both of them are in front. So it means this one is the one on top currently. And then you have this one next, and then this is the last one, which is totally behind. So I'm just going to change this back. Also, if you haven't mastered what color code this is, let me show you. If you can't tell what color you use exactly or where the pointer is, you can use the color tool, eyedropper tool. You see, I just changed the color of this to black. What if I want to change both these leaves back to green? What I have to do is I'll click on these 2 with shift and then go on the eyedropper tool and then press this. You see, I didn't have to go through all the stress of maybe, let's say, I'm trying to find the perfect green color that matches with that, and then you find that this is a bit brighter. You try again and still not the same color as the ones behind. You're going to have to go through a lot of stress to find the color that matches that. So instead of that, you use the eyedropper tool. You pick the color, and you get all your leaves in the same color. So now I'm going to try and find a shape that fits what kind of logo I want to make. Also, you can have more than 3 leaves anyways, so I'm just going to use the 3 now. Okay, so I think I'm satisfied with this arrangement, and we're good to go. Okay, so I will not forget to group this, else when I'm about to move it, I'm going to have difficulty. So right now I can move it anywhere, anyhow, rotate it anyhow I want it to be, like this. And also resize it without any one of them looking different. So let me switch back to see if you have any questions or comments. One, so I'm going to continue. So I'm going to name these Rahza farms. It is really important to find a font that goes with your logo. You see, this looks a little bit, how would I put it, fancy for just a farm logo. So maybe we should go with something much more basic. But it's okay if this is what you want. But personally, I don't think I would use this. So you have different kinds of fonts that you can use. Okay, I think I'll go with this. So you see what I just did right now? I pulled this leaf down to come cover this. And you can't exactly, it's a bit not clear because the black on the leaves and the fonts, they're overlapping and then it's not really clear. So if you want to make this, if you want to make the palms clearer, you can reduce this opacity here. See, this becomes clearer. And you have to make sure that this is behind. But also I can change the font or even rearrange it how it will not overlap, and I'll have everything clear, both the design and the fonts together, like something like this. Let's say you're good to go with this. You're good to go with this, but then you want to resize it. You have to group both the leaf and the writing, or else you end up moving this without this. So you have to group. When you group it, you can move it anyhow. And now we have our logo. We're ready to export this. And that reminds me to show you guys the difference when it comes to exporting, different ways of doing that. You have these, you are satisfied with this as your logo. You go to files. When you click save as, you're going to save it as an Illustrator file, not as a PDF or PNG not in a way that you can personally use it yourself. You cannot just save this and expect it to look like a picture. When you save it as an AI file, it means when you click on it, whenever you want to open it, you end up opening it on Illustrator. So if you, let's say you're working for a client, you have to export it. You export as, and then you have options of exporting it as an image or a PNG file. A PNG file means that when you save it, it won't be just an ordinary picture, but it will be a picture without a background. What this means is it's going to be just the shape of the logo. It's going to be just the name and the logo without any background, no white, no black, nothing. It's just going to be it, just the shape. So when you click on the PNG and you export, this is what you see. This check you can see behind. I can't zoom this. Where this is, you can see that there's image there. Whatever is behind you can't see, just the font. So you save it. Also, if you want to export it as an image, you export it as the image. You export it as JPG. This one would come with a background. And let me open it to show you what I mean. So as a picture, you have this white background behind it. So if you want to use it on maybe a flyer or something, the white background tool will show. But when it comes as a PDF, as a PNG, this white background will not show. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but then one would come with a background and the other wouldn't. So I think I'm done making a very simple logo, Rahza Farms. So do you guys have any question again before we move to something else? I'll be waiting for questions to answer. Any question, anything you want to ask, anything you want to see? We've made a logo from scratch by just designing. And I know we talked about using vectors the first time we introduced you to Illustrator. We told you we can use vectors. I can find a vector to use, and then I'll show you guys how to edit it. Someone here is asking a question. I was late, so did you create? Yes, Aisha, I created the leaf from scratch. And can I zoom into it? Sorry, I cannot zoom into my screen. You didn't get how I reshaped my leaf? I'll do it again. From the diamond shape. Okay, let me just do it. Farida would move into using a vector when I do this. So let me put this aside. I'm going to start all over again. You pick on your pen tool. You have your pencil here, this one right above the text tool. Then you create your shape. Sorry, a minute, please. When you click on your pencil, you click. Make sure you do not release it or do something else, just do this. So you have this, you go and you select. You have this as your diamond shape, as you can see. So when you want to reshape it, you click on this beside the pen tool. You have your curvature tool. It is meant for reshaping things into making curves and creating shapes however you want to make. So when you do this, you have your points. You can select from any points. Can you see what I'm doing here? Can you see? So this was how I used it to create my shape. There are different kinds of leaves anyway, so I think I just use the basic kind. You can make so this is just blank. There are no fill-ins or anything. So when you have your desired shape, you click on it and then you give it a color. So as you can see, I've made a leaf. So you want to have the lines in the leaf. You use your line segment tool. There are different kinds, but then for a leaf, you have to use this straight line. Also, instead of doing this where you do it all over again, you can select on it, copy, paste, pull, and then if it's not as long as the other one or as short as it, you can use this N to resize it. So you keep pasting till you have the required number of lines that you want. Also, don't forget that you have to use this selection tool. This is the one that you use for your general selection. So when you're done, you can just group it so you do not have to keep on going with selecting. Maybe you want to move the whole leaf. You move this and you leave the lines behind. So you have to group everything together. When you group it, it's easier to look. Sorry, some lines are missing because I placed it wrongly. So now that we have a group, you can move it together with the lines all together. So I hope who was Yusra? I hope I've answered your question. Yes, I can zoom in the canvas. But what I think she was asking me to do was to zoom on when I was about to save or export. But then you can zoom in and out. You can actually zoom whatever angle you want. You just use both your fingers. If you are not that quick, you zoom in and out. This is how it goes. You can, when you zoom in, when you pull out, that's when you're zooming it. When you pull in through, you're zooming out. And as you can see. And then when you scroll, this is how you scroll with it. And then you can move it around anyhow you want it. So let me find the vector to use that we can edit. Sorry, what leaf? What leaf did I create at the back? Is it the new one that I just did right now? I think later on this is going to be on the YouTube channel, so you can just go and watch the video of how I created the leaf and how I grouped it. I think you were late, so if we still have time, I'll do it again, all over again. But for now, I think we have to move forward a bit. So now I'm going to find a vector to create something. Not exactly a logo. Maybe we could make a poster or a simple invitation card. Okay, I couldn't find a logo vector or something, but I found a simple vector that I can use maybe to show you how to make a quick invitation card or something, or just maybe let's just see. If you can see my screen, I'm about to start. So this is an AI file. I'm going to double click on it and it's going to open. takes forever. So, okay, so we have this. This is what we're going to be using. I downloaded it from the internet. I didn't make this myself. So let's say you get something to download from the internet, something like this. You want to use this for maybe a short invitation to your party or something. You can play around with this, and this is not grouped. If you can see, I'm clicking, they're not grouped. They're individually different. So you can choose to just use this one and not use this ones, or you can choose to use these two without the one above. So let me delete this, and we're going to use this. My screen is off, or was off. So if I want to make a quick invitation, or let's say, yeah, let me just do it. All vector files are editable. They are movable. You can play around with them. You can change the color also. So you have this. I'm going to group it. I've grouped it. And sorry, Emily, please, I need to figure something out. Sorry, I want to fix something. My Illustrator went off for a minute. So you can see my screen now. You can see everything. Like I mentioned earlier, we're going to So I've deleted that, and I'm going to group these all together so it can be easier to move around. Excuse me, please. So I have these grouped, and I would change the color by something. Maybe this. I'm coming from this. So I've changed the color of both. Not sure everyone likes it, but this is what I want. And I'm going to have a text. You. Sorry, it's so big right now because I have my screen zoomed. So yeah, now it's a bit visible for me to see. So I'm going to be breaking them down so it will be easier to play around with. You are invited to. I can also have a different font for this. Okay, let's say I want this one to be either this color or this one. I will just go on my eyedropper tool and do this, and I have that color, or do this. Sorry, I made a mistake of clicking on this, which would automatically change it to the same color and font as this. So to avoid that mistake, if you want to get this color for this color, you have to select this, check this, you double click and check your color code. Then you copy, so it will be easier to change it. When you copy it and you want to change this to the exact same kind of color, you paste and you have the same color. So I'm going to take it back to the room. So like I said earlier, I'm going to change it back to this color here. So with a bigger font. You're invited to my pajama party. So this is a bit too big. Taking it back to 100 with this same kind of font. As you can see, automatically changes it with the color and the font. I'm just playing around with this. It's not going to be exactly so neat. And then you can keep space for, let's say, dates. Maybe let's say 20th June 2020. Sorry, I need to close the door. June 20. 20. Then you have time, let's say 11 p.m. Then you can have your address. I'm going to use the size when I'm done. Vertical screen of address. We see it too. Sorry. So you can select all, have them in the same kind of fonts. Reduce the size to maybe something that could fit. If you cannot get this size, you can easily just do it from here. You press on shift, you do this, and then you have everything. So we select and make sure you don't forget to group, so it will be easy to work. So I've made an invitation card. Instead of using Canva, I'm using an Illustrator. How did I call what pen? Is it the eyedropper, the one that changes the color, or the eyedropper or the pen tool? Which one of them? So do you have any questions regarding that? And if you want to export that for printing, let's say you want it to be printed and be sent to your friends, all you have to do is export it as a PDF file or a PNG. PDF would be easier for printing. It comes out better and it's just more suitable. So all you have to do is so you go to export as PJ party, and then you select PDF, or you can just have it as a picture, and then you export. So when you open it, all you're going to have is a picture, and then you can print it. So any more questions, anything? Please, if you have any question, you can ask. Where did I download the picture from? There is a website called FreePix. There are so many more, but the one that I currently downloaded from is FreePix. I will include the link in the group chat for everyone to use when there's an assignment or something. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again and I'll show you what I just made, Habiba. This is what I made. This is like an annotation using a vector file. This top design and the bottom design are the vector, and everything that I did here was to just put in a text and change the font with different colors. So have you seen it? Are you clear with that? So if you don't have any more question, I would do one more time and to make another um, shape or design or anything, and I'll ask you guys to make something similar. So I'm going to go again with another design instead of the cone. Let's just make a random shape. So we go again with the pen tool. I'm just making a random design. I don't know what to make, so just watch. It could be somebody's logo. So make sure that when you're about to do this whole thing here, you click properly. You click on the line where you see it, there's path or something like this. You just click and then you can have your photo. So all these three are similar things, but they're not exactly the same. I'm just going to play around with them. Okay, I have this now. I won't group them yet. I'm going to give them different colors. I know there are all three different kinds of colors, so I just have them arranged. This is just to show you that you can make any kind of curve, you can make any kind of shape. I can also make a heart, I think. It's not perfect, but then it looks like a heart. So I think it's good to go to. So this is just showing. And then there's something called the gradient. You can have these in different colors. You can have these in different kinds of gradients. Like you can have a contrasting color and maybe something like this. You can play around with this. This is just different ways of playing around with Illustrator to make different things. You can do the same for all. So I think I've done a lot of creating of shapes for you today. So if you have any question, please ask. If you do not understand anything, ask. So I think we're done for today, since it's just the introduction, nothing too much. I'll ask you to, I'm giving you guys an assignment. You make anything of your choice, any kind of simple logo. Doesn't have to be something difficult. It can just be of shapes, different kinds of shapes with using the pen tool and the curvature tool. You can use them to make any kind of shape with maybe a company name or something. So that would be your assignments for today before our next class. So if there are no more questions, I think, Mariam, what do you mean by the first one I did or the second? Please make your questions clear, please. You can make any, either the invitation card or just using shapes. I will send you guys the link where you can download a vector file, a vector actually, yeah, a file. Maybe I'll make a video of how to download it also. So you can either make an invitation card using the Illustrator or a simple logo. You can download a similar, maybe something like a logo on Prepix. Then you can play around with it, edit it, change the color, maybe reshape it or something. Any more questions? Okay. If you do not have any more questions, I think we're going to call it a day. So I'll see you guys next class, and I'll be expecting your assignments also. I would upload everything on Google Classroom plus the links through maybe the WhatsApp group or both on the WhatsApp group and the Google Classroom. Thank you and have a good evening.